Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to try something brand new. I don't know if it's going to work out well or not. We will just have to see together. I have went out and bought some fabric spray paint. It looks amazing. It's Color Shot by Tulip brand. And I have pink, green, blue, purple, and black to work with. Probably won't use all the colors today, but we'll see how it goes. For those of you that are new around here, I'm Brenda Lambert. I'm a TJC licensed instructor for Silhouette, and I hope that you're going to join our little crafting community. Now, we have all done heat transfer vinyl in the past, and then there's sublimation, and there's the DTF hacks, and you name it, there's a million different ways to get your design on a t-shirt. This one seems to be the newest thing, so we'll give it a whirl together and see how it goes. Fingers crossed that it turns out beautifully. These paints can be used on any fabric. They work best on light colors from what I have heard. So I'm going to grab a white t-shirt from my stash and we can get started. To make things easy, because I really just want to get out into the sunshine, I downloaded my design from Creative Fabrica. I will put a link to it in the description below so that you can find it easily if you want to do the same design. We're going to open up Studio and just resize it and send it to cut. I have Silhouette Studio opened up and my page is set up for a 12 by 12 cutting mat, and the material size is 12 by 12 as well. You can go up to the File tab, click on Merge. I'm going to use the SVG file today. Let's bring that in. One thing I have noticed with Creative Fabrica files is that they are typically not grouped together when you bring them onto your mat. So I'm going to select everything, right click and group it together. You can also use this button up here to select all. Now that it's selected, I'm going to go ahead and change the width to 9.5 because that is the typical size for an adult shirt. Now to my eye that still looks a little bit too tall, so I'm just going to squish it. Sometimes you can do this and have it look okay still. Sometimes it distorts it too much. This is really just a matter of opinion. Since we are using this as a stencil, we want a decent border around the whole thing. So I'm going to use an entire 12 by 12 sheet of vinyl today, and I am going to click on Center to Page. That way I know I have a decent border of vinyl all the way around my design. Click on Send. For the stencil today, I'm using HTV permanent vinyl. This stuff works great and is inexpensive, and I will put a link to this in the description as well. We're going to need our transfer tape to get it onto the shirt, and then your basic vinyl tools. We got this, right? Get our vinyl on the mat. Send it through. Let's check our cut. Make sure that it cut okay. If it did not cut through all the way, you can send it back through as long as you do not unload the vinyl. All right, that seems to be good. Now, since we are using this as a stencil, we're going to kind of reverse weed it. We're going to take out the parts that we would typically keep. Take this off of the mat. One thing that I really like about the HTV vinyl is that it has a clear backing, clear plastic backing instead of the paper. In my opinion, that makes it a lot easier to weave. Black vinyl is always hard to see. Okay, we have our design weeded. Okay, I have my transfer tape on my design and I have my t-shirt ready. I'm just using a regular old Gildan unisex t-shirt. I have a whole stash of these. I did a fundraiser a while back and had a ton left over. So this is my go-to for now, especially with experimenting. We're going to lift the design up off of the backing with the transfer tape, and we're going to apply it to the t-shirt. I typically like my designs to start about a 3-finger width down from the collar. Just kind of measure and see where we're at. Now I have a feeling we're going to have to be careful with the little bits and pieces in here. I'm just going to rub them down a little bit, and we'll pay extra attention when we are lifting the transfer tape. So hopefully we don't lose our bits and pieces here. Just keeping the vinyl pressed down as I go. Perfect. Go through and make sure everything is nice and secure on the fabric. I'm also going to place a piece of cardboard up underneath here. That's not going to be big enough. I shall return. I'm just going to tape 2 of these together, just to protect the back side of the shirt. We don't want the paint to bleed through. This doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just tuck that up inside there, and I think we are about ready to head outside. I taped craft paper along the edges to protect the rest of the shirt. The directions say to spray a light coat, wait a half an hour, and apply a second coat. I'll wait another half hour before I remove the stencil. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, I am noticing some bleed, which is not what we want. Okay, so overall the colors are fabulous. There's a bit of a texture to it. It's not bad. I cannot wash it for 72 hours. You have to let it set up for 72 hours before you wash it. I am going to go back and do another one and see if I can't eliminate the bleed spots and come back. I am always heavy-handed with the spray paints. That is probably my fault entirely. We shall see. The second attempt turned out much better. Here's a side-by-side. I altered the actual shirt because I personally do not like the way unisex shirts fit, but this was too cute to sit in the closet for all of eternity. And as everyone knows, if you create a cute enough outfit, you will be magically transported to your favorite vacation location. To wrap things up, this was a ton of fun, and yes, I would absolutely use this again. Couple of pointers. First of all, a light coat is all you need. They tell you that you can go back and do a second coat after a half hour. I do not recommend it. One coat gives you decent coverage, beautiful colors, and barely any texture. You can hardly feel that it's even on the shirt. It's a fabulous product, and it really was a ton of fun. If you have something in mind that you want to try out but you're unsure of, go ahead and put it in the comments below. I love working with new products, and I'm always on the hunt for something new to do with the silhouette. And if you just can't wait for another video to be made, you might want to check out this video here that is on rhinestones. And this video here is on HTV anything. I recommend using either or. Both are wonderful. Now go create something amazing, and I will see you in the next video.